The funny thing is sometimes some naysayers say, well, yeah, the Amazon DSP program will suck the hell out of you. I mean, it's not a good program. They just lying to your face, because I'm here to tell you, based on our research, and our business actually has a lot of business clients who are DSP partners. I'm here to tell you that there is money to be made. There is bank to be made, boss. As a DSP program, as a DSP partner, you can make cash. Okay. So it's really important to sort of rectify things here and clarify things for a lot of folks. So now, before I get into what it takes to actually run an Amazon DSP successfully, let me give you quickly an overview for those of you who are not familiar with the program. So what is it really? So Amazon Delivery Service Partner Program is basically an opportunity for any entrepreneur to grow a successful delivery package business. It's not really a franchise, so it doesn't matter whether you have experience in the courier business or not. Okay, it doesn't matter at all. What matters here is your leadership ability. Okay, you'll be the one to manage your own fleet of delivery vans. You'll hire and coach your own team. And for initial investment of around $10,000, you can start your own Amazon delivery business. Now, $10,000, that's the initial investment, but Amazon wants you to actually have at least 40 grand on hand in terms of liquid assets, just to be able to take care of the initial startup cost. Okay, so the thing here is that through Amazon Delivery Service Partner program, Amazon will train you to learn everything about the delivery business. You lease the vans and manage your Amazon drivers who pick up packages at the Amazon warehouse and delivery routes. Okay, so on average, again, you can expect to manage 20 to 40 vans throughout the year. So as a DSP owner, you will set up routes, schedule drivers, track progress, and ensure everything goes well. So this is actually the gist of the program, and your rewards as an Amazon DSP. You have discounts on assets and services like vehicle leases and payroll, tax and accounting software, making it possible to you to start your own business. And DSP owners also have access to legal support and insurance options. Okay, as a DSP owner, your annual potential profit could be roughly 75 grand to $300,000. We know, I mean, if you operate, again, you have to operate 20 to 40 vehicles, and we know DSP owners who are making $500,000. It is totally possible. Okay. By the way, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. So when we talk about what it takes to actually run a DSP, Amazon DSP, remember that there are things to consider before applying for the DSP program. Leadership skills, vans you want to use, the startup capital, okay, locations and expansion, all those things are important. Now, let me give you a few pro tips. The first thing it takes to run an Amazon DSP successfully is to be obsessed over customers like Amazon. This is so important, boss. I cannot overemphasize this enough. You got to be obsessed over customers. You got to be customer centric. You got to be customer obsessed. It's very important, okay? And the whole thing is that Amazon calls it working backwards. So basically, when you have a normal delivery business, you're thinking about your company first, right? And then you think about the best service that you can actually propose to your clients. Amazon is actually doing things the other way around. So they're starting with the customer, and they're thinking, okay, what would the customer want? And based on what the customer wants and needs, they will actually craft a business strategy, okay, a courier business. So this is really important. So Amazon has a customer centric, and this is really important. And Jeff Bezos and other Amazon executives, they've said this over and over and over, that leaders, Amazon DSP partners, start with a customer and work backwards. They work vigorously to earn and keep customer trust. And although DSP partners pay attention to competitors, they obsess over customers. You have to really, really think that way too. So if you want to be a successful DSP partners, you got to really forget about, you don't have to forget about competitors, because you really don't have competitors. You have partners, you have other players in the industry. Amazon has some kind of a monopoly when it comes to its routes. Okay. So you just need to work on your own DSP, but you have to obsess over customers. What I'm talking about here is what I'm talking about. You actually telling your team, your drivers, to always be courteous to their customer, to always be polite, to always be on time, right? To always seek feedback, and to always make sure the customer is happy. So for example, That means that your drivers will have to attempt delivery of the same package several times. In some cases, contact the customer maybe via SMS, via email if available. So those are really important. So this is very important if you want to succeed as an Amazon DSP partner. Very first thing, you want to obsess over customers. The second thing you need to do here is that, I want to talk a little bit more about this customer centric obsession. This will really help you a lot because it means that if you really want to succeed, Amazon has actually laid out the steps you need to follow if you want to be successful in terms of a customer obsession. First, you need to have what they call bold top-down leadership. It means that you as a leader, you actually delegate things very appropriately and clearly. So your instructions must be very clear. And you need to actually foster an environment where your team members feel actually empowered to actually do things, but they must feel empowered to also place the customer at the center of their preoccupations. This is really important, okay? And it also means that you need to have a widely distributed customer-centric belief system. So for example, when you train your drivers, when you train your staff, when you train everybody around your organization, they must understand that the customer is the pillar of your DSP, okay? And also you have to institute certain processes within your company. You have to actually come up with processes that practically explain to drivers and your staff in general how to place customer at the center of their preoccupations. What am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that it's all easy to say, the customer is important. Okay, that's theory. Now let's be pragmatic. Let's be pragmatic here. Let's try to let's forget about theory and do things practically. That means you have to actually come up with scenarios whereby your drivers can demonstrate that they do really place the customer at the center of their preoccupations. And sometimes it can be a role play, sometimes it can be some other things, okay? And the thing is that Amazon calls it building the voice of the customer. So if you are running a DSP program right now, you are a DSP partner, you need to actually build the voice of your customer. So you probably have 20 to 40 vans that you oversees, and you are delivering to customers in a certain geographical area. Make sure that your customers in that area have a voice, and that you listen to their voice, that you hear their voice over and over and over. So you're comfortable about the tools. You're comfortable about the processes it takes to actually satisfy those customers. If you do that, you are going to be a successful DSP partner, my friend. The second thing you need to do here is to be an effective leader. Okay, this is so important. I mean, Amazon wants to have effective leaders. Remember, I told you to run an Amazon DSP program, you really don't need to have experience in the courier business. You don't need to have experience as a delivery driver or yourself. No, if you have those experience, if you have that experience, that's okay. That's even better, right? That's like bonanza for you. It's a bonus for you, but you don't have to. Okay, what you need is to be an effective leader. And Amazon has 15 important criteria that they pay attention to when evaluating the effectiveness of a DSP partner when it comes to effective leadership. Okay, so we're talking about open communication. So basically, Amazon wants you to keep an open line of communication with team members and be able to succinctly explain your organizational goals and tasks using different types of communication channels, right? For example, this could be one-on-one sessions, email, video, chat, phone calls, and social media. So this is really important for Amazon. Amazon wants you to have empathy also. Okay. And so basically, empathetic leadership focuses on identifying with others and understanding their perspective. Amazon wants you to think about strategic learning. So because remember, if you are working as an Amazon DSP partner, you'll be faced with a lot of challenging situations. So you gotta have strategic thinking. Amazon wants you to have creativity as a leader, wants you to have positivity as a leader, because you can actually convey the creativity and positivity to your team. Amazon wants you to be flexible also. Okay. You need to have flexibility. This is really important. Amazon. So when we now let me just quickly talk about flexibility. See, the whole thing is Amazon believes that the best Amazon DSP partners get out of their comfort zones and quickly adapt to challenging and changing working conditions. Okay, they wear multiple hats and can problem solve and improvise on the fly. And a successful Amazon DSP partner also promote employee engagement and is willing to accept constructive feedback from the team. Okay, so this is really important for Amazon to actually have this sort of skills to groom over time. And by the way, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about what it takes to run an Amazon DSP successfully. Okay, and so besides all the tools, there are other traits that Amazon really wants to see in their leaders. So Amazon wants you to be good at conflict resolution. So basically, remember that for Amazon, a great DSP partner not only knows how to avoid conflicts in the workplace, but also can resolve them in an efficient and timely manner. So while resolving conflicts, an Amazon DSP partner stays level-headed and decides analytically. It's not about being emotional or what. No. For Amazon, you have to decide analytically. This is really important for your own development too. So Amazon also pays attention to time management. For it's important as a leader, and so for time management, you have to be really, really good at delegating tasks, prioritizing commitments, setting attainable goals, and multitask. Okay, and you have to actually set SMART goals, what we call SMART goals. So specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound goals for yourself, but also for your team members. Okay. Reliability is really important. Also, is another element that Amazon pays attention to. Mentorship, okay, and recognizing potential. Responsibility. This is another trait that Amazon pays attention to a lot. Organization. So really, the thing is, Amazon is relying on you as a DSP partner to actually have organizational skills. So you are able to handle a variety of different projects, spend ample time on each, prioritize and ensure that all project deadlines are met. Delegation is also important, okay? And the last one is feedback. So Amazon wants you as a DSP partner to never miss an opportunity to provide constructive feedback to team members regarding their performance, okay? Especially the drivers, regarding their performance vis-a-vis the job itself, but also the overall Amazon ethos when it comes to customer-centric business model. Okay, so without feedback, drivers cannot gauge where they stand and which areas they need to improve on. The third area you have to work on if you are trying to run an Amazon DSP is to actually hire skilled drivers and empower them. This is so important. I mean, when we talk about it, so if you are trying to run an Amazon DSP program, Amazon DSP successfully, be obsessed over customers like Amazon, be an effective leader, and hire skilled driver and empower them. Now, when we talk about hiring skilled driver, you have to actually find them first, right? You have to find, recruit, and train new drivers. This is really important to understand that finding delivery drivers. You can actually post jobs on websites such as Indeed.com, LinkedIn.com, Monster.com, and Glassdoor.com. But there are also courier-specific job boards like Better Team, Bacon, and Geek Smart, where professional couriers go to look for delivery driver jobs. So this is it's the area where you have to prove to Amazon that you are an effective leader, that you can recruit. Okay, it's really important to actually you have to think about how you can quickly post the job opening and hire people. So you have to actually interview and hire the delivery drivers. You need to also think. So when we talk about interviewing, make sure that you pay attention to their ability to be on time, because punctuality is really important as a delivery driver. So attention to detail is important. Quick learning ability. Also maintaining a positive, customer-friendly attitude. So you want to see those. You want to actually detect those traits in the drivers you're hiring. Okay. And so after that, you have to also have a process in place where you onboard and train your new delivery drivers. So when we talk about onboarding, remember that you have customer service training, you have software training, you have to train when it comes to process and professionalism, and you have to do health and safety training. So as an Amazon DSP partner, remember that you are going to manage about 20 to 40 drivers. So it's important to have a system in place where you are constantly and effectively and reflexively running the program in terms of hiring, onboarding, and training delivery drivers into your DSP. Very, very important. The next thing you need to do if you want to be a successful Amazon DSP partner is to attend DSP training sessions religiously. Oh, this is so important. This is so important. I mean, the whole thing here is that you can say, listen, yes, you are an Amazon DSP partner. Okay, you're making $300,000 a year. This is good, but if you don't learn new things that Amazon is introducing every single year, you're not going to grow. So if you want to grow in this business, you have to constantly train. You have to constantly attend their training sessions, okay? And don't miss them. And the thing is, you have the opportunity to attend those training sessions online. So Amazon will actually give you access to an internal website where they actually post training sessions periodically, or sometimes they have they have Zoom calls, they have Skype, they have training sessions, they have webinars. They also have opportunities for live events. In other words, you have to travel somewhere where you can meet with other Amazon DSP partners in your area, or you can actually meet Amazon DSP partners, let's say nationally. The whole thing is that it is a great family. It's just a fantastic family when you are part of the DSP program, because Amazon will actually bring you in contact with other players. Okay, so you learn about what it takes to even be better, okay? And the training sessions are kind of varied. The topics are varied. There is a large constellation of training topics. It's not just about, let's say, how to be a more customer-centric, I would say, driver, but it's also about everything about, technology, for example. Like if they actually introduce new technology in their DSP and they want their DSP partners to all know about that, okay, they could train you in terms of leadership, in terms of conflict management. Those are really important things in terms of health and safety regulation. For example, we know in the delivery business, you do have a lot of safety and health regulations, not only in terms of how you handle your drivers, but also how you handle the delivery process itself vis-a-vis the customer. So everything about OSHA regulations, okay, you have everything about labor regulations. Those are important elements, and Amazon every now and then wants to train you and want you to understand those things in and out. The last thing you want to do if you want to actually run your Amazon DSP successfully is to scale your DSP continually. And it's really important to understand that, when I said, if you remember, I started this conversation by saying there are DSP partners in this country who are making more than $500,000. And we have proof. We have seen their tax returns. We actually advise them. They are our business clients. And we have several of them, not just one or two or three. So the whole thing about, yes, you can only make you can only make $75,000 to $300,000. That's a good ballpark. That's a good delta. But there are people making way more, way more. Okay. Remember that Amazon actually will reward you if you actually are bringing them money, if you're making them money, right? If you're helping them have a smooth operation in terms of delivery. So you have to think about ways to scale your DSP continually. For example, you have to look at the internal factors. Think about automating communication. Think about hiring competent staff. Competent staff is really important. Figure out the best delivery method. Measure your success. Okay, those are things that will differentiate you versus other DSP partners in your area or even nationally. Okay, because one thing I didn't say is that Amazon is constantly rating, constantly evaluating all their DSP partners, like constantly seeing who is doing better. I mean, it's Amazon. Amazon, they track everything. They track everything. So you have to do things, you have to look at things internally, but also you have to pay attention to external factors. So you have to search for new markets and niches. You have to create or update your social media and website. Now, if you are a DSP partner, you don't have to actually look for business. The business is coming to you, but you have to think as an independent company. And which means what? It means you have to think about customer satisfaction, customer feedback. Your reputation is important, okay? How the public views you is really important. That will actually elevate your profile, not only publicly but also internally, in the way Amazon judges or evaluates your DSP partnership, okay? And also we're thinking about, you have to also be good at the route planning and optimization. So those are important elements. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about what it takes to run an Amazon DSP. And so I gave you an overview about the program. But here are the 5 things you need to really pay attention to if you want to run an Amazon DSP successfully. Be obsessed over customers like Amazon. Be an effective leader. Hire skilled drivers and empower them. Attend DSP training sessions religiously. And scale your DSP continually. Thank you, boss. I will speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.